Nigeria has been rated by the World Cultural Score Index as one of the countries in the world with the lowest reading culture. Available statistics from the National Commission for Mass Literacy, Adult and Non-Formal Education show that 38% of Nigerians are non-literate, as 4 in 10 primary school children cannot read for comprehension. Regrettably, this adverse development is a huge challenge the country seems not to be paying the needed attention. To this end, stakeholders in the literary industry have called for a revitalization of the reading culture that has produced globally recognized literary icons such as Chinua Achebe, Chimamanda Adichie, among others. They made this known at the launch of a book titled Starting Afresh, God's Principles for Aspiring Entrepreneurs by Dr. Patrick Oriyomi. They called on government at all levels to introduce programs aimed at improving the culture.
I want to encourage them to read. Like somebody rightly said, that reading is the way out of ignorance and about the road to achievement. We should read. We need to come. We need to bring that joy of reading. We need to bring it back. Back home. Not like social media will take over the old space. Let us read. There are some things that you can actually study. There are some things you can do. That's why this book, one of the things we are trying to do, aside printing it out like this, we have digital copy. Then we want to also make the audio copy also, so that people can actually listen to the book. A lot of things are competing with our time, but we know that with this one that we are doing, we can go far.
First of all, the advice I would give to authors is research. Research the people you're writing for. The language you're going to use for Nigerians will be different from language you're going to use for Americans or Australians. Research the kind of people you want to write about and write to. So when you research, it should not be a problem for you selling or people buying your book. So when you research, you know things that they would like to know or things that they want or things that they are used to. So when you research about it, I mean, you wouldn't have a problem about it. The language in which they use to write can be voluminous and can be really, really. I might not really understand, or I don't key into what you're writing. So I mean, I start reading a book and I don't get what you're writing. I zoom out immediately. But like this book, as I said during the press conference, this book is the language is really simple that you can understand, like the lamest of man can read and understand.
Dr. Oriyomi shared insight on what to look out for in his latest publication.
It has to do a lot of things with my life. As a young guy who's just married with a child, and then I just pulled out of my 9 to 5 job, and then my daughter was basically about 6 months when I did that. No income. The only thing I had was a SIM card and a mobile phone. So I just knew that I needed something in my life. So one day, like I said, I was going out and then I saw a banner that says that by this time next year you will have wish you started today. So this was what really gingered me, and then today I am doing real estate, and then I just figured to share my experience, the journey, and how far it has been with people.
They also shared their thoughts on ways entrepreneurs can stay afloat due to the hardship brought about by the coronavirus.
In the midst of the trouble, you should be able to find the opportunity. That was the opportunity because people are going to be home. They will have eaten and added more weight. They needed them to actually change their wardrobe. So there are a lot of things that came to mind that we can actually do. For entrepreneurs, we need to understand the times that we are in and then move with the flow. The Bible says that the children of Issachar, they have an understanding of the times because they know what Israel ought to do. There are some things that need to be done. For example, for us as in real estate, during this COVID-19 pandemic, that's when we even made more money, than other people, because we now make use of our digital forward platforms, and then we did a whole lot than us sitting down. Like somebody was telling me the other day, she sell clothes. She was saying that when COVID came, she couldn't sell. So I said, but that was the opportunity.
Meanwhile, stakeholders called on the government to create an enabling environment for small and medium-scale enterprises to thrive in these difficult times.
Create some form of security around what we do, such that they told us to do. We have to have ISBN, right? Is that ISBN? Yeah, we have to have ISBN before we can author a book. Even after that is done, there should be a control in such that, except otherwise authorized, that book should not be produced, should not be duplicated. But then you realize that it's being reproduced. So government needs to come to our aid, to help us with this. Maybe a kind of a system that can help us. They are doing a whole lot. I know they are doing a lot, but should help us.
The event had in attendance people from different walks of life.